This is a story, a father's heartfelt bedtime story, essential for wealth creators. This is a story which is real, which is having a great meaning for all wealth creators. Before I should start this story, you must remember when you are watching this video, something very big, life-changing events is happening in your life, and this is continuing in your life, and that too without your knowledge. It is not only happening in your life, it is also happening in my life, in my world, and this is also happening in my child's life, your children's life, and this transformation rippling through our life now also. It's a great change is happening. And irony of that is we do not know about this happening. A great change, a phenomenal change is happening. View this video till the end and surely you will become a wealth creator and you will definitely know what is that big change happening in your life, in my life, in our children's life. This particular change, what I am talking about, is happening without our consciousness and awareness. And few years ago, it was happening with me. I was blind on that. But now I can see it, I can feel it. And you must ask me, what is this enormous thing is happening? Before I tell you, let me share a story. Let me share you a story which will remind you something great. It is a story of a father and a son. And it is a real story. It is a story about me and my son. My son Satvik. One quiet night, the little boy asked me for a bedtime story. And he does it every night. This is not the first time. But this time, he had a specific request. He wanted me to tell a truly inspiring story, and it should be quite different story. I began with an old classic, The Tortoise and Rabbit. He refused. He said that I know this story. You tell me some other stories. I have started giving him many names, one after other, all old classic stories. He refused everything. He said that I know this and this particular tortoise and rabbit story. In his words, he told me, Papa, I know this story in and out, and you told me this particular story 3 months ago. Remember, I have corrected you when you mispronounce few English words. You even skipped a part of that tortoise and rabbit race. I have filled that gap and I have corrected it. So my little boy, proving he knew the tale better than me, and he also said the tale what he knew, and he did a better job than me. Now the question comes. I could have got frustrated, I could have scolded him, I could have reminded him that I am his father and he is just a child, and I could have let the pride to win and silence him with authority. So that is most of the parents used to do. Most of you will be doing that because you have not started your wealth creation journey. You could have done the same thing with your child. Many analogy comes here. I could have got angry. I could have stopped the conversation. I could have felt bad that he has corrected me, and I could have felt inferior. Being so much aged, I could not able to pronounce a word correctly. Or I could have given him a moral lecture, and you are a child, you are a young person, you are a nil experienced person, and I could have drafted my analysis, my response on him. My friends, this must have happened with you. You would have told, Beta, I know this story only. I can't say anything other than this story. Sorry for this. I am tired after this long work, so better sleep quietly. Many of you would have felt bad. Children of this current era are arrogant, selfish, and many more negative words should have come in your mind. I also felt like you, controlled my anger, controlled my emotions at that moment, and I paused there. I left the room, took a deep breath. So are these kind of things when someone is pointing the finger on you, correcting you, and not accepting the way you want, definitely the necessity of pranayam comes more important that time. I sipped some water and thought Satik was not wrong. He was right, he was truthful, and his childhood, innocency has a truthfulness in it. He has listened and he has learned and he has grown with this story. My boy was not the problem. He was simply reflecting the natural flow of curiosity and the knowledge what he has acquired or what he has got from me or from the different sources which has told him this particular story. Returning to the bed, I knew I need to give him something new, something special. I decided to told him the untold part of the story. I began saying that, Satik, what you know is not the complete story. Yes, the tortoise has won the first race, but this was not the end. This particular race has been conducted many times and rabbit has failed in the first test only or the first race only, and rabbit determined not to fail again, never slept during the next race, and from then rabbit won time and again in this race. Many elaborate way I have told these few lines of the new version of the told story, the untold part of the story. After hearing this new story, his eyes lit up. My little boy, who once corrected me, now accepted my words. He hung on every word what I have told. This time was very special. He was not catching my mistakes. He was captivated, and at the end he smiled, thanked me, and drifted off to sleep with joy. With absolute happiness, a happiness which he was expecting. This is how the bedtime story has come to the end. However, what is the big thing in this? You must ask me, this is a big thing? The answer lies in this nighttime story. It is about how far we have come. how far we have achieved in our life. The endless things what we have learned, these things was not possible, never possible for our ancestors, and our ancestors have never dreamt of this knowledge. In this modern age, like Satvik, we are observing knowledge from every corner, every screen we are watching, every video we are watching, and this knowledge is abundant knowledge. Think about it. We spend hours on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and without even realizing that we are learning a lifetime of skills. Our skills has reached the peak. Now we people know the skill of cooking to the science, skill of healthcare to finance, skill of spirituality to art. Our grandparents, with all their schoolings and books, never had access to such a vast source of knowledge. In other words, if I summarize, this much of learning was not possible 50 years back by attending schools, colleges for multiple years, attending the universities for multiple years. It was not possible by reading millions of books. Imagine now, by using the social media for 5+ years, you have completed the reading of 1 million books in each subject, and that too from the science to history to mathematics to religions to scriptures to health science to astrology, everything. Every subject you have learned 1 million books, and each book is lengthing from 500 pages to some few thousand pages. This is what you have already accomplished by spending 5 years on social media. Now here, consolidating everything, if I can say, the social university. You are a part of this huge social university, which has got the best teacher to teach you. If the teacher's teaching is not good, nobody will watch his video, nobody will watch his content. You got the best teacher to teach you in that subject. And you got a choice to choose your time to learn these subjects. And very important, you do not have a commitment to write an exam and pass in this subject. This social university, this school of thought also taught you that if there is an exam is conducted, all of you will get 100 marks in that particular subject. What you have learned. Versatile knowledge from cooking to finance to healthcare, from yoga, from pranayam, for astrology, everything. However, when we get anything in excess, let it be money, let it be knowledge, let it be food, it creates some life-threatening problems. And that problems are not that big as compared to what we got. My friends, we all have abundant knowledge now in all subjects. Let it be cooking to weapon making. We all are skilled in these subjects. We are informed in these subjects. And it is a time to start your abundant wealth building journey, wealth creation journey. Like my kid, Satvik, we have a problem of plenty. So we are finding the faults, mistakes in others' knowledge. And all this knowledge which we have learned from social schools. And this is not a very new things or not a bad thing. The nature or the property of the knowledge seeker and the knowledge giver is like that. Be argumentative, be questioning, and this is the way you acquire the knowledge. Your anxiety to learn something pull you towards that knowledge, and the knowledge giver gives you the knowledge by argument, by justification, by questions, by examples. So this is how the knowledge property is, its nature is. So first stage, anybody who has acquired that knowledge, he will be finding the fault, he will be finding the mistakes, and this is the 0th stage of our wealth building. When you start our career towards wealth building, when you want that I should grow my money to abundant, that time, this is the 0th stage. You got some knowledge, you find mistakes, you find faults, you find out the loose points in that particular knowledge. So this is the boundary of the knowledge where we are staying. The second stage of knowledge seeker and knowledge giver is be happy, be quiet, be consolidating, be summarizing. All these things I am just telling you in a very small nutshell. And this stage, when it happens, this gives birth to scientists, innovators, and many other new findings comes in our world when this second stage of knowledge hits the brain. And this process, whenever this works comes into, this works fulfill our material needs. So we have a bullock cart, that was a knowledge, and when somebody has started thinking beyond bullock cart, that person is quiet, he is happy, he is consolidating, he is summarizing the movement of bullock cart, and he has found the car. The car, once it comes to the market, so we all started buying it, started enjoying the environment of a car, its speed, its endurance, its air conditioning, everything. This is the first stage of wealth building. Once you get a knowledge, be compose, be consolidate, be summarize, and start something new from that stage, your stage 1 of wealth building starts. Third stage of the wealth building, which is prudence, which is intellect. Pragya. This is the highest form of wisdom, intelligence, understanding, which is higher than the knowledge, which is higher than the knowledge giver, the knowledge taker. Second stage, you do not find the mistake. Every mistake you find out the opportunity. Opportunity to be an innovator, opportunity to be a scientist, and that deficiency of the fault or the deficiency in the knowledge stage give birth to a scientist or innovator. Third stage, you are having everything abundance. You have abundance knowledge, abundance wealth, abundance everything. When I say it is abundance, it is non-stop, non-ending, everything you have, plenty. It is beyond reasonings, beyond inferences, and this is how your second stage of wealth building starts, and this continues. Once you reach there, that process continues forever because you have everything abundance, more than you want. So my friends, it is the time to start your abundant wealth building journey. Third stage, you have everything: wealth, knowledge, relationship, money, happiness, good health, everything. And now all of you have, through the social media, through a proper information sharing and knowledge seeking, you have already reached the stage 0 of your wealth building, or the stage 1 of your knowledge. This is the time you have to be an innovator, you have to be a scientist, or start taking the benefit of science, benefit of innovations for your wealth building. Now comes to the next part, how it is possible. If you have achieved the first stage, stop reasoning and fault finding. Come out of this reasoning and fault finding. Cross the stage 1. Start innovating, start researching, start finding the opportunity in every mistake. And if you cannot innovate, you cannot research, think what more can be done with the same method, same process, or with the same vegetable, how a different item can be cooked. I learned 2 different items through social media, how lauki ke kofta can be more made, or how the lauki ke dal can be made. Can I make something different which is quite different from lauki ke dal or lauki ke kofta? You have to cross this stage 2. Then stage 3 comes, everything abundance. Everything you have which is not going to perish. Let it be your business, profession, stock market, anything. This stage, start giving, start offering, start helping. You reach the stage 3 of wealth creation. You must ask me how we can help you or I can help you in this. If you are a knowledge seeker or you are in the first stage of your knowledge, join my webinars, get my courses, and get that benefit of my research innovation in your wealth creation. Once you cross that, you have to migrate to the third stage, which is very important, and this can be achieved only through contacts, through consultations, with discussions. Be in touch with me, discuss with me, ask me how I can make you the wealth creator. This is what you have to achieve, and it is not a new thing. This experiment I have already done in the year 2023. Year 2023 December, if you are a old viewer of this video, most probably you would have learned in one occasion I have requested all of you to give some donation to the Army's Flag Day Fund. Flag Day Fund. This is a fund which is being hosted by the Government of India to help the needies of the armed force and the brave fighters of armed force, those who have laid down their life, those who have lost their hand, leg, or any of these vital communicative organs in this, by protecting us, by protecting our nation. This fund is being floated, and December I have just told in a webinar my participants, if you have learned and if you have got benefited from my learning, start donating a part of your wealth in this fund. And many of you have come forward and did that, and this is what the stage 3 of your wealth creation. You felt whatever I have the wealth, it is abundant for me. I should give up. I should give a part of that. I should help that. So you have taken the lead and you have done it. This is what we have to achieve, my friends. So if you want to associate yourself, visit our website smartfinance.in.com and participate in my upcoming webinar, which is starting on 7th October, ending on 15th October. Thank you very much.